Welcome back to Drury University here at the O'Reilly Family Event Center. We are bringing you some girls action. Girls 18 and under, two teams from the Big South. As we've got the Dallas Thunder facing off against the Fort Bend Eagles. My name is Paul Gilmore, joined alongside Jeremy Caldwell. The Dallas Thunder are in their white and blue with the blue numbering and side trim. Meanwhile, Fort Bend is in the dark navy with the gold lettering and gold numbering. So the girls' bracket is a little bit different. We are not doing pool play. This is bracket play. So these two teams are in a bracket against each other, looking to move on towards the undisputed. That three-pointer right off the bat is good for Abigail Bullinger. And she gets the scoring started right away for Thunder. And then they nearly steal it away, and they do. 3-on-2 the other way. In the corner, that's going to be tipped and stolen. And then ultimately we've got a jump ball. So great job by Fort Bend to keep the possession.
Yeah, the ball hasn't crossed the half-court line yet. And we're 3-0.
Yasmin Ali with the jumper to get the scoring started for the Eagles.
Yeah, as you said, this is the first game of girls 18U for the week on the broadcast. They played yesterday in some play-in games. As you said, this is bracket play for girls. So the winner here will advance to the Elite Eight, I believe. And we'll double-check that and confirm.
And I guess to be fair, it's not the first girls game because over at Ozark, they're towards the end of the first quarter. That time, no good from Bollinger. Ali up ahead to Papillon, and she's going to put it up and in. Charlotte Papillon gets her first basket, and that gives Fort Bend the lead.
So we've seen early on that the Thunder like to get that corner three.
Great take by Chloe Eversole, the all-region player for the Dallas Thunder. Now they have a full-court press. That's going to be tipped and nearly stolen, and Allie's going to be fouled.
It's going to be on Chloe. And she's a junior. Trying to lead their team back to national prominence as they're 2 years removed from the Undisputed Championship.
And that one is right through the hands of Ali, going back the other way.
And we called that game 2 years ago between the Dallas Thunder and the Lubbock Lady Titans when they had to finish the game with 5 girls, Lubbock did, and still made it a very competitive game.
On the drive and fouled was Lily Davis. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
So that foul is going to be on 23 Papillon, I believe, Charlotte Papillon.
That's her first. First free throw hits different parts of the rim, but no good for Davis. Second one is good. Davis gets in the scorebook. On the press break, Yasmin's got a 3-on-1. And now Fort Bend will reset. Soraya Webb dictating the offense, getting her players in the right position.
Yeah, Soraya Webb's a really good point guard, but she also plays 16U as well. And she does a really good job of leading the offense.
That three-pointer no good from Leach. Webb on the drive, gets it in the corner to Papillon for three. Too strong. Rebound is brought down by Leah Crawford. Nice find inside, good defense, and that's ultimately going to be saved. So after Francis blocked it, she kept it in.
Yeah, good job by the defender there to stay in their ground and not move, because if she would have moved at all, they would have got her for a blocking foul.
Allie in the corner, that three-pointer on the way, and that is good for Francis. And just like that, Fort Bend has taken the lead. They now are up 7-6. Stolen by Allie, coming back the other way. She's got numbers. She's going to slow it down. Leach steps into a three. That's going to be blocked by Davis. Up ahead, now they try to get it back to Davis. We'll see who it's last touched by. Last touch by Davis. Checking in for the Thunder is going to be number 30, Elizabeth Brannon, as well as number 5, Abigail Bullinger. She checks back into the game. Webb is going to pull a three. That's good.
That was a deep three by Soraya Webb, and that's 2 threes for Fort Bend already here.
And that's going to be a hard contact near the far sideline.
I believe they're going to call that foul on Soraya Webb.
The foul is on Webb, and we've got a trainer coming that way, so we'll take a quick timeout and come back right after this. So thankfully Bullinger is okay, and she actually stays in the game as we continue our first quarter action here. Dallas Thunder running a 4-wide set on offense. On the drive, that ball is flipped up, no good from Leah Crawford. She's an 8th grader playing at the varsity level. Allie brings it the other way. Leach thought about the three. She drives, and no good. Kicks the rebound back out to Webb. Gets it over to Allie for 3. No good. And the ball will stay here. Last touch by Eversole. Nope, they're saying it's going back to the Thunder.
Yeah, I believe Papillon tipped it.
And we mentioned this earlier in some of the broadcasts that a lot of these players are choosing to take college-level threes.
Right.
And I get it. As a player, you want to shoot from the farthest line back that you see.
Right.
I was the same way, so I don't blame them. But you got to keep in mind that that white three-point line is the high school line.
Oh, good
nice
move.
Drive by Davis, no good. Webb comes out the other way. Finds Allie up top. Back out to Webb. She's going to fire up a 3. No good. Gets the rebound. Papillon for 3. No good. Webb.
Oh,
nice
pass.
find to Allie. And that's going to lead to a timeout. Dallas Thunder want to take some time to talk about it, as the Eagles have now doubled up the Thunder. And that's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 2:30 to play. Jeremy, what are you seeing from this game so far?
Yeah, Fort Bend's shooting a lot of deep threes, and they're getting the long rebounds, and they're just out hustling the Dallas Thunder right now on all the possessions. Offensively, Dallas Thunder are not getting second chance opportunities, even though they have Davis down low. She's just not getting the position and getting the rebounding they need to keep the offensive possessions alive. And it just looks like Fort Bend's coming out with a little bit more hustle here in this first quarter. You know, both these teams played a game yesterday, so this is the second game of the tournament. But Thunder just look a little, not in any type of rhythm right now.
And as a reminder, this is the 5A bracket And the 2 versus 3 seed in this bracket. So as Jeremy mentioned, the winner will be in the Elite 8 playing for a gold ball tomorrow on Golden Wednesday. That 3-pointer out of the timeout, no good. Davis saves the rebound, and Bullinger is going to be fouled. And that foul is going to be on Francis. That's her first.
And we just got through talking about that, about Davis not being able to corral the offensive rebounds. And she was able to grab that one and keep it alive and keep the possession for Dallas Thunder and see if they take advantage of the second chance opportunity.
And on that inbound, she got a good look at it, but unable to convert.
Yeah, the shots have not been falling after that first 3 of the game from Abigail Bullinger from there in the corner.
And that ball off the feet of Webb, but Fort Bend keeps possession. Webb is going to be denied by Eversole, but not before a foul is whistled. And if that's on Chloe, that's her second. And we're still in the first quarter.
And that's going to be on Chloe.
And so
we'll
see if she stays in the game.
Must have said he must have got her with the body because that was a clean block up top.
Meanwhile, Webb connects on the first.
And Soraya's little sister, Christina Webb, entered the game in the last intermission. So she's on the floor playing with her sister.
So that's something that's kind of interesting because on the sheet it says that Christina's a senior and Soraya's a sophomore. So I'm not sure.
Christina must be the older sister.
I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. It could be. But we're going to have a foul on Fort Bend. That is going to be on Soraya, and that's her second.
Well, I do know that Soraya plays 16U still, and I have not seen Christina on the 16U, so it must be accurate. It just looks are deceiving. Good kick out.
Yeah, good find from Davis. Just nothing going for Thunder so far. They've had some good looks and some second chance opportunities. Fort Bend brings it the other way. On the drive is Barlow. She kicks it out to Leach for 3. Yes.
Yeah, I've talked to Coach Leach before the game, and he said they've played Dallas Thunder twice this year, and I believe both games were one possession.
On the runner is Anais Coleman. She gets on the board.
And what a way to get your first win if they hold on is at Nationals.
Leach again, and she's shooting from well beyond the high school line, and they've now opened up a 20-8 lead on the Dallas Thunder with under a minute to play in the opening period. An offensive onslaught from Fort Bend thus far. Inside, Davis can't get it to go. And it's going the other way. That's been the story of the first quarter, as Davis has gotten a lot of great opportunities and good looks, but has not been able to convert.
Yeah, and you can see the frustration start to set in on her face here as she's missing a few of her shots.
They're going back to applying some pressure.
35 seconds to go here. Good defense, way to get through that screen.
And that's going to be a traveling violation called on Francis. Thunder will have the final 16.4 seconds of the quarter. They're going to have some substitutions as Allie Lee checks in, as does Emily Smith, both seniors.
He wants to try to make sure don't get any cheap fouls on two of his main players there. It's a smart decision by Coach Leach. Last 16 seconds, plus you get him a little breather and a little rest before the second quarter.
And you get a chance to get some seniors in the game too. Nice interior passing before that ball's knocked out by Allie. Last touch by Thunder.
Yeah, Christina Webb, active hands down there in the paint to deflect that and not allow Davis to get a clean look on that.
Just a few seconds to go in the first quarter. Allie He's going to take a deep three. That's going to be short, and that's going to do it after our first period of play. The Fort Bend Eagles 20, Dallas Thunder 8. Second quarter action and more back after this. The Thunder faithful trying to get their team back into this game as they trail by 12 starting the second quarter. Fort Bend was able to hit 4 3-pointers in that opening period, and Chloe Eversole is going to be fouled. That's going to be on Francis, her second. So the all-regional player is going to be going to the free throw line.
It's going to be the first team foul here in the second quarter, as we mentioned that throughout the day yesterday about the new free throw rule. Chloe misses the first free throw. When you're trying to get back into a game and you're at the free throw line with the clock stopped, you really need to try to knock those down. She makes the second one. Makes it an 11-point game.
Webb back into the game for the Eagles. Whips a pass across to Alley for 3. No good. Ball ends up in the hands of Leininger. Nice drive, but a little too strong was Coleman. Ends up back in the hands of Fort Bend. Papillon, deep 2, no good.
So Leininger's coming straight off the bench. He's got two quick defensive rebounds, making an impact early on the defensive side. They need somebody to make an impact on the offensive side.
And that time, Eversole shoots a college 3, no good.
Haven't been able to find a rhythm on the offensive side yet. Trying to find out who's going to give them that spark they need.
Now Fort Bend working against the full court press. Leach on the drive, stops and pops. Off the backboard, and good.
Leach is having a pretty good game here. She didn't play in regionals because she had rolled her ankle on senior night right before regionals.
And that offensive rebound putback is good for Brannon. That's her first basket.
So yesterday was Leach's first game to play since the week before regionals. So she's just now trying to get back in the rhythm, back in the game speed, and looks like she's doing a pretty good job today.
She is. She's gotten 8 points early on in the first half. No surprise of having a good shot. The entire Leach family is known for good shooting. That three-pointer on the way, no good from Francis. And Coach Leach is going to take a timeout. He wants to talk about it. He wants to see the offense that kind of stalled a little bit for the Eagles so far here in the second quarter. 22-11, Fort Bend. And Jeremy, if you are the Thunder coach, what are you telling your girls right now, seeing yourself doubled up on the scoreboard?
Well, what I would try to do on offense is try to see if you can get into some pick and roll action and see if you can get Davis. Davis needs to see something go down to get her positiveness back because she's down on herself right now. She hasn't gotten one to fall. She's a little frustrated. So if you can kind of run some action on either sending her on the weak side or setting her up in the pick and roll, letting her see the ball go through the basket, and I think that can get her back in the game because they're going to need her with the size that she brings and her rebounding ability. They need her to get into this game positively.
Fort Bend with the ball out of the timeout. We'll see what Coach Leach was able to have them discuss. And Webb's going to get bumped by Chloe Eversole. That's her 3rd foul of the first half.
And I was just about to say, if you're Thunder on defense, Chloe has got to stay out of foul trouble. And if you're the coach, you're going to trust her to stay on the floor with 3, but that's a dangerous situation.
Yeah, there wasn't even a look down the bench or a conversation about whether or not she was coming out of the game. They desperately need her leadership. Meanwhile, Leach on the drive. It's going to be denied by Davis, but it'll stay with Fort Bend.
And they also have Eversole guard and Soraya Webb, who's a very active point guard. So that's a dangerous matchup for Chloe with 3 fouls. Soraya is a pretty smart defender. That's a deep 3.
Wow. Soraya Webb shoots that from Caitlin Clark range. Then down the other way. No good. Ball tipped out by Webb. Now she's on the run. Webb full speed ahead, and she's going to get bumped from behind by Brannon.
And I believe if she wouldn't have bumped her, I believe her teammate was going to be able to get the charge because she was there in position. And she just got bumped a little bit. Who was that foul on, did you see?
Yes, they called that on number 30, Brannon.
30, okay. It's Elizabeth's first foul.
And they were looking for Francis down low, but Eversole's able to kick that out.
The Thunder still have yet to get any type of rhythm at all.
Allie spins, kicks out to Webb. She drives to her left, back out. Leach thought about it. Thunder doing a good job here of contesting from the outside. That ball ends up back in the hands of Leach. Free throw line jumper, no good.
Another rebound.
Allie for 3, yes. And that has been a killer for the Thunder so far. That is now 6 3-pointers in the first half by the Eagles, and that onslaught sees them up 28-11.
Yeah, this game has flipped rather quickly, as well as the game over on the Ozark, as the CHSM Lady Knights have taken a 37-20 lead already as well.
And that time Papillon puts it up, and that's going to be the 4th foul on Eversole.
If you're Dallas Thunder, you hope they give that to number 20. But they gave it to Eversole, so she will be out the remainder of this half for sure.
And this time, Thunder coach immediately went down the bench. Free throw no good from Papillon. Checking in for Eversole is Coleman. Second is good.
And we talked about that decision to leave Eversole on the floor after the 3rd foul. And, you know, sometimes you trust your best players to play through the foul situation and not commit it, but sometimes you can't help it. And this could be a dangerous situation for the Thunder with Chloe having to sit at least the remainder of this half and possibly some of the 3rd. I believe that foul was on Yasmin. Is that correct?
I did not see, but if that is the foul on her, that's her first. So now the Thunder have got to find a way to get something going with Eversole on the bench. Try to get it inside to Davis, and that's going to be ripped away by Francis.
Yeah, Fort Bend has come out in this game in the first half here. Offensively, they have dominated the game, and mainly from the three-point line, as you said, 6 threes already.
And this time Francis fires it up, no good. There on the offensive rebound was both Webb.
Not only are they
Webb and Lee, and they knocked each other over.
Not only are they hitting their threes, they have multiple players crashing the boards, rebounding. We don't keep rebounding stats, but I'm almost positive they are out rebounding the Dallas Thunder in this game so far. And it's been the biggest difference because it's given Fort Bend the second chance opportunities. And most of the time on a missed shot is when you get your best three-point shot out. And they've hit quite a few threes off of a missed floater, missed layup, and they get the offensive rebound, kick it out to a wide open three because the defense is scrambling because of the rebounding, and the Thunder are not doing a really good job of boxing out and corralling those rebounds right now.
So for the viewers, giving you an idea of what this looks like, in this 5A bracket, Dallas Thunder were the number 2 overall seed. Meanwhile, Fort Bend were the number 3. So the winner of this game plays tomorrow at 1:45 right here at Drury. And they're going to be playing the winner of the West Michigan Hornets versus Aspire Trailblazers out of Oklahoma, which is happening shortly after this game.
Yes. So they should be here able to scout each other. And I'm sure some of these teams have seen each other play, and they've probably watched film on each other. But if you're the Thunder here, you got to get something going. Another turnover.
And that ball thrown out of bounds.
I mean, just absolutely no rhythm at all for the Thunder offensively.
That time Davis was able to read that one, and she steals it. And we're going to have a bump foul. That's going to be called on Allie Lee. And one of the Thunder ladies is down on the floor. So we'll take another brief intermission and be back right after this. So we're continuing with our second quarter action. We want to give our full thoughts and prayers to Miss Elizabeth Brannon, who had to gingerly walk off the court, supported by the trainer and her coach. And that's going to be a traveling violation called against Leah Crawford. Thunder continuing to put the pressure on. Eagles have not had a lot of trouble with it thus far. Allie's going to shoot up a three, and that's going to hit off front rim, no good. But offensive rebound controlled by the Eagles, and then that's going to be thrown in the backcourt, and that will be an over and back. Ball go back to the Thunder.
Yeah, that's another offensive rebound there by the Fort Bend Lady Eagles, and they have just dominated the boards in this game here in the first half, and that's helped to propel them to a 29-11 lead right now. And going to see what kind of adjustments are made.
And Davis not able to get anything going down low. The offensive rebound attempt by Bullinger, no good, and it's back to the Eagles. Very tough sledding for the Thunder in this second quarter. They've got 3 points in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a struggle here in the second quarter. Down 18, 29-11. And
we're going to have a bump foul called on Coleman.
You know, and with Chloe picking up her fourth foul early in the second quarter here, that is a dangerous situation for the Thunder because she's kind of their leading scorer, and probably one of their better rebounders as well. And not having her on the floor has definitely not helped Dallas Thunder. And in her place, you know, they're having to play Leah Crawford, who's an 8th grader, which for her is going to benefit her moving forward because she's getting, you know, this playtime here on this live stream court, on this college court as an 8th grader, although she hasn't played like an 8th grader. And she's played really well. So there's going to be a foul. It's going to be on number 12. It's going to be on Lee again. So let's see if the free throw line can bring some positive joy over here to Dallas Thunder, as Anais Williams is going to be shooting 2.
Well, and ultimately, like you talked about with Chloe Eversole, what it does is it takes an already tough situation and it makes it that much more difficult because you are already facing a pretty large deficit, and then you have your star player get their 4th foul.
Right.
I mean, that's just the perfect, or I guess imperfect, combination. And then, unfortunately, Coleman misses both free throws, and it's just been that kind of day so far for the Thunder.
Yeah, not much has went right for the Thunder here in the first half, but the good news for them is they still have a whole nother half that they can make adjustments and turn this around in 2 quarters.
On the bounce pass, good job by Francis to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Leah Crawford and Sophia Crawford on the run out there, just unable to convert it. I don't know if you remember 2 years ago, Paul, the Leininger here for Dallas Thunder. I believe she had an older sister that played in that championship run that they had, and she was a lethal shooter from the wing and three-point line. And, you know, I'm pretty sure this would be her younger sister as a freshman coming up, so she's got a few years ahead of her trying to, you know, learn to play in these big games here.
And that free throw is good for Sophia Crawford.
And that there is the first point for Dallas Thunder in quite some time.
And she's able to connect on both. Still just 1 field goal for the Thunder in this whole quarter. On the far side, that layup attempt is going to be blocked out of bounds as Barlow was not able to connect.
So the deficit is now 16 for the Thunder.
Leach spins, tough shot. Not sure how she got an angle on that one, but excellent offense from Juliana Leach.
She shot that like the shot clock was about to expire, and she had to get a shot off and was able to get it to go.
Well, the clock is about to expire as the Thunder get another look at it. That's no good, but possession out on Dallas. It will go back with Fort Bend. They'll have 4.4 seconds left to get some kind of shot up to end the half. Inbound it to Allie.
Be willing to bet we'll see some type of three-pointer.
And that's no good, and that's going to do it. After 16 minutes of play, the Fort Bend number 3 seeded Eagles 31. Dallas Thunder number 2 seed 13. Second half action back after this. Welcome back to Drury University and the opening girls 18U bracket play. This is the 5A division. Number 2 Dallas Thunder versus number 3 Fort Bend. You wouldn't know it by looking at the score. The Eagles rained down threes in that first half, and Webb pulled down an offensive rebound after the shot from Papillon. Her pass is deflected, but stays with the Eagles. They have a 31-13 lead. One of the big stories was Chloe Eversole unable to get much playing time in the first half as she picked up 4 fouls and is still on the bench to start this half. Papillon, another three-point attempt, no good that time. Rebound is pulled down by Leah Crawford, and we've got a jump ball.
Possession error goes to the Thunder. And once again, in that possession, offensive rebounding led to 2 3-shot attempts for the Fort Bend Eagles. So once again, they're not scaring away from shooting a 3, but the offensive rebounding is being dominated by Fort Bend. And they're on the possession. Finally, an offensive rebound by the Lady Thunder.
Ball comes back out to Webb. Leach fires up a 3, no good. And possession's going to stay with the Eagles again. You mentioned on that last trip down, Crawford was able to finally get a bucket to fall. They got 1 field goal in the second quarter. This Eagles defense has been strong, but also some good looks, just not able to connect for the Thunder, and that's going to be an and 1 for Piper Francis. That foul was on Bullinger, her first. And that free throw is good. So Francis completes the three-point play. She now has 6, and that extends the lead back to 19.
Yeah, you got to think if you're Dallas Thunder, you really need to get this deficit down to 10 or single digits if possible going into the fourth, or it's going to be a long haul to come back from in the fourth quarter. We got 6.5 minutes left here in the third to see if they can cut that deficit to 10 points or less.
On the drive, flipped up by Coleman, no good. Another rebound by Sophia Crawford.
She's done a really good job since she's come in, getting the offensive rebounds, boxing out. She's doing a really good job of blocking out. I'd imagine that was a focus point during the halftime speech from Coach for the Thunder there, and because they were absolutely dominated on the boards in the first half.
First free throw, no good from Crawford.
And I believe that was Piper's third foul, wasn't it?
It was. Second one bounces around, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Francis, but not before it's ripped away. Ends up in the hands of Webb. She's quickly coming the other way. Looking cross court, finds Francis in the corner. Tough pass to Allie in the paint, and that's stolen away. Coleman on the breakout. She's got Webb trailing and flips it up, no good. Crawford with another offensive rebound. Thunder doing a great job crashing the board. Davis has it up top.
She missed Abby right there on the weak side.
Jumper, no good. Ball ends up in the hands of Thunder again before it's taken by Allie. And then we're going to have a foul called on Bullinger.
I believe that's on Leah Crawford, number 11. That was a frustration foul because feels like she was fouled on the shot attempts that she had, and ended up turning the ball over on a missed shot and then trying to get the ball back out of frustration and just committed the foul. So fouls are starting to add up on the Thunder here. But once again, they're still playing this quarter here without Chloe. I'd imagine Coach is going to try to put her back in the fourth quarter, see if he can hold her out. But it's going to be a tough feat. So if I'm coach for the Thunder, I'm trying to get this to 10 points or less before I get to the fourth quarter, knowing that I'm able, hopefully, to play Chloe in the fourth quarter and see if we can make a big run. But before that, they're going to need to make a run here in the third to get it to 10 or less.
Fort Bend inbounding under the pressure. Leach gets it to Allie. And that's going to be traveling as she pivoted and turned and was looking for Webb, but wasn't quite sure if she was there.
Yeah, she hesitated. That was great pressure by the Thunder there to pressure the ball and force a bad pass. They better hurry up and get the ball inbounds.
They do get it into Crawford. And that time, the shot attempt, that was, Leah Crawford, and then Sophia was unable to convert. But then we had a foul going the other way, and it's going to put Davis at the line.
Yeah, so I can see an asserted effort here in this third quarter early on that Dallas Thunder have done a really good job now of corralling offensive reboundings and just haven't been able to finish close to the basket. They've gotten a few fouls on the Lady Eagles, and they've gotten the rebounding, so looks like they've somewhat fixed that issue. Now they got to get the scoring issue fixed and see if they can put some points on the board as she knocks down the second free throw.
That has been the story of the game. The field goal's just not there for Dallas Thunder. And that's going to be a foul that's called on Sophia Crawford. But again, we mentioned this in the second quarter, and we're not trying to bring undue emphasis to this, but they've got one field goal here in the third quarter as well. And that's ripped away by Leah Crawford before it's poked back.
Yeah, good job, Soraya Webb, to come back on defense.
Leah Crawford with another bump. That's the fourth team foul, so the next foul will put Eagles at the line for the rest of this quarter.
Yeah, some of these have been frustration fouls by the Lady Thunder.
Allie for three. Good looking shot, and it is on the money.
Yeah, there's a big three there for Fort Bend because they were struggling coming out here in the second half as well. That's going to be a jump ball possession arrow in favor of Fort Bend.
And Chloe Eversole is going to check back in the game, as is Emily Smith for the Eagles.
So Leah Crawford is going to go to the bench.
And I believe the ref at the score table is trying to clarify something. Maybe they're trying to figure out whose possession it is.
Yeah.
And they are saying it is the correct way. It's Eagle ball.
And if you're Chloe Eversole, you cannot pick up your fourth foul here in this third quarter. Your fifth foul, I mean. She has 4 already, so you have got to play smart defense. And you're going to have to depend on your teammates to help you on the backside if your player gets by you.
Yasmin Ali, no good, gets her a rebound, and she's going to be bumped from behind.
I believe that's going to be her 5th foul.
And they did call that on Chloe Eversole.
Yeah, she reached over to try to block the shot, but when you know you got 4 fouls, you just can't put yourself in that position. You just got to back away and trust your teammates and let them, kind of handle the dirty work. Yasmin knocks down the first free throw.
And knocks down the second as well.
So now the Lady Thunder is going to have to finish the rest of the game without Chloe, as she has picked up her 5th foul, and she is definitely done for this game.
We've got a foul on the floor.
Conversation with the ref and the coach. It's going to be on number 3 for Fort Bend, Emily Smith.
That three-pointer on the way, no good from Leah Crawford. Webb pulls down the rebound.
39-16 in favor of Fort Bend Eagles. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Webb to Alley, no good that time.
Lady Thunder doing a lot better job rebounding here in this third quarter. They just haven't found the rhythm offensively to get points on the board yet.
And Davis, man, she's had so many great looks in this game, and she can't even believe that she didn't make that layup.
Yeah, she's missed quite a few point blank at the goal, and she just can't seem to find the basket right now.
Webb on the drive, yes. Soraya Webb.
Yeah, between her and Yasmin Ali and Juliana Leach, they've done most of the scoring here for Fort Bend as they lead 41-16.
And Webb now in double figures. She has 10. And that time Davis on the drive is going to be fouled by Smith. That is the fourth team foul of the third quarter. So now a foul for either side will end up in free throws.
And one of the main differences here in this game is the Lady Thunder are having to work so hard on the offense on every possession to try to get a shot attempt, and it's just not going their way.
And number 33, Taylor Platt, has checked in for the Thunder.
She's also one of the seniors on this team.
Three-pointer on the way, and that is good by Bollinger.
They're going to need a few more of those as they try to creep back in. They're down 41-19.
And that's going to be a bump foul. That's going to be called on Leah Crawford. That's her third, but it's going to send Fort Bend to the line. That's the fifth team foul of the third quarter.
So that's going to send Piper Francis, to the free throw line, shooting 2 now. So any foul by either team is 2 free throws the rest of this quarter.
Short from Francis. Substitution as Yasmin Ali is checking back in. Soraya Webb will take a seat. Second free throw is good. Davis turns, no good. Rebound controlled by Francis. Ali stops, shoots it, no good, gets her own rebound. Tries to get it over to Francis, who's caught in the corner. Good defense from the Thunder. First free shot is no good from Smith, but another offensive rebound as we've hit the 2-minute mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, Yasmin Ali does a really good job of getting position inside and pulling down those offensive rebounds.
Smith, another attempt, no good. Davis pulls down the rebound.
It's a good defensive stop there by the Lady Thunder as they didn't give up any points. Ball was tipped into the backcourt by Fort Bend.
Nice drive by Coleman, and she flips it up and in. Great looking drive for Anais Coleman. In the corner, a three-pointer from Francis, no good. Great box out from Platt, leads to a defensive rebound for the Thunder going the other way. Final minute of this third quarter. Eagles still doubling up the Thunder, 42-21. And that time we're going to have a bump foul. That's going to be called on Allie Lee. And that will send Crawford to the free throw line shooting 2. Yeah. Substitutions for both teams.
Lee is going to try to get into the scorebook from the free throw line here. She's yet to score, but she's made an impact rebounding-wise. And just like many of her other teammates have struggled to put the ball in the basket, but she was able to knock down that first free throw. They've cut the lead down to 20. 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Second free throw on the way, and that's no good. So they haven't had the offensive production they've wanted, but 5 different Thunder players have scored. We got a little scramble on the floor on that loose ball rebound, and it'll stay with the Thunder. It looks like Bollinger might have taken a shot to the mouth.
I think
she's had a couple of hard hits this game.
I think she was surprised at the call by the referee.
Oh, that it stays with the Eagles?
Yep. I think she thought it was out on the Eagles, and they called it out on her, I believe.
And Allie no good on that shot attempt. The other way, Coleman. She's had a couple of great drives this quarter.
Took that one coast to coast, down to 18, and now she commits a foul on the reach. Only her second foul, but that's going to send Yasmin Ali to the free throw line. She's going to shoot 2 more. She went 2 for 2 her last time to the line. 28.6 seconds to go. 42-26, Fort Bend Lady Eagles in command. So she's made her last 3, make that 4 in a row now from the free throw line. She's got 7 points here in the third quarter, Yasmin Ali does. 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Bollinger, step back three-pointer, in and out. That's been the story of the game. Crawford gets in there, no good.
Yeah, that's it's kind of been the MO here for Thunder throughout this game. They just can't seem to put the ball in the basket.
Not only that, but on their attempts, they've gotten so many good looks. I don't know how many times I've said in and out. I'm not talking about burgers. And that's going to be Bollinger, who's bumped on a 3-point attempt.
That's going to be Emily Smith's third foul. So Bollinger's going to try to get 3 the old-fashioned way from the free throw line.
And that's part of the way how you have to do it. You got to get some points with the clock stopped. And she hits the first.
And quickly off the bench, you see Yasmin Ali and Soraya Webb as she misses the second free throw.
I think that's a little offensive defensive substitution there.
Yeah, with 5.4 seconds left, you want to get to your 2 ball handlers in the game, see if you can push it up the floor and possibly get a shot off. No lead is safe here in national basketball.
And no good on the last attempt from Bollinger.
Great offensive
Crawford
rebound.
comes up with the rebound. She can't get it to go. My goodness. And that's how the third quarter is going to end, as we've got 8 minutes left to determine who will continue on in the girls 18 and under. And after 3, Fort Bend 44, Dallas 25. Final 8 minutes after this. 8 minutes to determine who will move on in this 5A bracket to play the winner of the game coming up next, which is the West Michigan Hornets and the Aspire Trailblazers. Dallas Thunder, Bullinger for three, no good. Good rebound from Piper Francis. That's going to end up in a jump ball. Possession error goes to the Eagles. Leach controls the ball. Taking some air out and some time off the clock.
Yeah, you got to think Fort Bend is going to try to run as much time off the clock every possession here.
That three is no good from Papillon. Offensive rebound by Soraya Webb.
Yeah, she come flying in over the top and took that rebound away.
Thought about the three-pointer, throws it to Francis in the corner of Papillon. She flips it overhead, and that's going to be almost saved by Yasmin Ali, but it's going to be a turnover going back to the Thunder.
(44-25), 7 minutes to go. That's a dangerous pass to go from one corner all the way across.
Especially when you got the cornerback Francis back there, ready to knock it down.
Right. She didn't even attempt to catch it. She just batted it out of bounds like a volleyball play.
Inside to Davis. She spins inside, and she's going to be fouled.
She drew a foul off of Juliana Leach there. It's going to be her first foul of the game. And let's see if Lily Davis can knock a free throw down. Last time she went 1 for 2. I believe she missed the first one of this one.
Second one on the way, and that's good.
So she is 3 for 6. She went 1 for 2 all 3 times she went to the line. But down 18, 44-26 with 6:27 to go.
Now Webb working the handle. She's going to drive all the way, knife through the defense, and put it in. Yeah. Pretty drive by Soraya Webb.
Yeah, she has scored in every quarter. And if Yasmin Ali scores here in the fourth quarter, she will too have scored in every quarter. So that's pretty consistent. Another miss. Another miss by Davis under the basket.
And that time we've got another scramble on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball as both Crawford and Webb dove for the possession.
Leah Crawford has gave some really good minutes here defensively. She's hustled, she's rebounded, hasn't been able to score very often, but has been able to give opportunities to her teammates. And once again, Paul, and we said it over and over, the shots at the basket are not falling for Dallas Thunder.
No, that's for sure been the story of the game. When they go back and watch this film, which I'm not sure if they're going to want to, but if they go back and watch this film, they're going to see how many open shots just didn't fall in. And that time, great positioning from Soraya Webb to take that charge on Leah Crawford. That's Crawford's fourth. Substitution as Barlow checks in for Leach.
So the two teams playing next are here. You know, they were here warming up at halftime. They're probably watching. Good move there by Nias Williams.
Yeah, Coleman did a great job of again, splitting the defense. You had Webb coming flying by, and Coleman was able to flip that in.
They called a foul on Bullinger there.
And I think you're right, Jeremy. I think, I wouldn't be surprised if Fort Bend stays for this next game. Kind of scout their opponent since they're already here at the gym.
Right.
I think that's smart on the – Soraya Webb was called for grabbing. I think that's smart on the scheduling, just to be able to have these teams hang around and watch their opponent. Obviously intentional.
Right.
We're going to put them on separate gyms or 4 hours apart.
Right. That way they can kind of scout each other and get a feel for who they're playing next.
To be fair, though, a lot of these teams are watching each other on film anyways.
Correct. But sometimes it's a little bit easier to sit in the gym and actually watch it live than to go back in the hotel and watch it on a TV screen.
Yep, you go back and have a film session with your team, and you get to hear the silky smooth voice of Jeremy Caldwell.
Right, right. And also, the charismatic of Paul Gilmore that we bring to the viewers here. And we appreciate you watching. We know you don't watch for us, and we do it for the kids and for the families back home so they can have an opportunity to watch and hear their kids on the court playing at this national tournament. I believe there's going to be another jump ball.
I think they actually gave a 30-second timeout to Fort Bend.
Okay.
Yeah, Francis did a great job of diving on the ball and immediately calling timeout, or maybe that was Papillon. My apologies. But one of the Fort Bend players dove on the ball, quickly got the timeout from Coach Leach. And you're right, whether you're joining us from the Houston area, Fort Bend, or from the Dallas Metroplex, we want to thank you for tuning in to this live stream. Or if you're driving around Springfield, if you're at the hotel hanging out, we certainly appreciate being a part of this and bringing exposure to these amazing homeschool athletes that are here all week long.
And if you haven't already, if you just click subscribe to the YouTube channel, there's 2 of them, NCHC Homeschool Athletics and Homeschool Athletics. You can get all the alerts from both courts. We're running live streams all day today. We're going to be running live stream at both courts all day tomorrow. And then starting Thursday, we will consolidate down to one gym, which will be right here at Drury. And you will see a plethora of broadcasters on Thursday and Friday, as there will be a lot of mixed matches, a lot of 3-team crews here for us. Trying to give you all the action we can and all the little tidbits that we can ponder up.
I just have to commend your use of plethora right there. Excellent use.
Well, I had to break out the dictionary and see if I could throw it in there. Oh, Webster helped me with that one.
Which team does he play for?
Man, he's like way back with Naismith. He played with Naismith. And those of you who don't know who Naismith is, Paul, give him a lesson.
Yeah, you got to do your basketball history on that one. Naismith is the founder of this amazing sport.
The amazing sport that we all love and dear and still play to this day.
Yep, back when Jeremy was playing on those peach baskets that Dr. Naismith brought to the YMCA.
Well, by the time I was playing, they were apple baskets.
Oh, okay.
We moved up.
Well, technology advances through the years,
now we've
got breakaway rims.
Yeah, and back when I was playing, that was not needed for me. Until after high school, I was not able to utilize that feature. But nonetheless, here at Drury at the O'Reilly Family Event Center, the first girls 18U game broadcast of this year's Nationals here at Drury is about 3.5 minutes from coming to a close. And Fort Bend has basically come out start to finish, kind of dominated this game in fashion. They've dominated the boards, they've dominated the threes, and they've just done a really good job of handling the pressure. And Juliana Leach has been a key to that, as the first quarter she knocked down 2 big threes that kind of propelled her team.
Leininger, no good. Rebound comes out to Coleman. Man, she's got a beautiful little floater. She's now up to 10 points, double figures for the Thunder. Now Allie coming down the far side.
And as you had mentioned earlier, the winning team of this game will play the winning team of the match that we have coming up next between West Michigan Hornets and from Michigan and the Aspire Trailblazers out of Oklahoma.
Allie for three. No good. Every single ball and rebound is being tipped around by the Eagles. Papillon, no good. Free throw jumper. Leininger the rebound. Approaching 2 minutes to play of the final period. Eagles still with an 18-point advantage. Inside, they get it to Crawford, blocked by Leach.
Good job by Juliana there to just stand strong with your hand straight up. Because a lot of times where the players get those fouls called is whenever they swipe down trying to get the block. But, you know, a lot of your smarter players know that, you know, and I tried to tell my big men when I was coaching, if you just stand there with your hand straight up, it makes it a tougher shot for the offensive player because they have to shoot not only over you, but they have to shoot a little bit further back than normal because of your height. But the minute you swat down, whether you hit the defender or not, it just looks like a foul to the ref, and more times than not, you're going to get a foul call even if you have a clean block on the ball.
And we talked about that in an earlier game as well. A lot of times, same thing for a defender at the perimeter. You're always taught and coached that you need to swipe up at a ball as opposed to when you swipe down. Even just, I guess, the optics of it, it changes it from being an aggressive swipe to more of a poke upwards.
Right. And if you watched the game earlier with Tyler Heat and Jackson Tomlin, when he was playing the point guard up top, defending the point guard, that's what he would do. He would always swipe up from the knees up and trying to get the steal as opposed to swiping down, because when you swipe down, you know, even if you hit the hand, they're going to give you the foul. But if you're swiping up, sometimes you may graze the hand. You're probably not going to get the foul called as much. So little tidbit of information for you that are still playing basketball and watching. Refs look at that. It is things that they look at. So any little advantage that you can utilize to your benefit, we are here to help.
And Soraya Webb drives it in and lays it in.
Soraya Webb says she is not finished scoring yet.
No, she's up to 14 in the game. And it's a 20-point lead once again for the Eagles. Davis loses it amongst the crowd.
I think we can probably agree, Paul, that Lily Davis has not had her best game today.
I think she would agree with that as well. She's played really well. She's affected the game in a lot of ways, but unfortunately on the stat sheet, she is not showing up in the way that she would have wanted to. And if you were to go back and count the amount of layups that just rolled in and out from her, she would easily be in double figures right now.
Correct.
So a minute to play in this opening girls 18U live stream game. And that's going to be stolen away by Coleman. The clock has not started. And now it starts.
And even if you lose this game, as it looks like the Dallas Thunder will do, they still play. They still play on. They'll have a game tomorrow. I don't know who they will be or what time. Another shot in and out for the Lady Thunder.
They're going to call that foul on Emily Smith.
But good offensive rebound by Lily Davis, but once again, couldn't get the putback to go. That's Emily Smith's fourth foul. Knocks down the free throw there. Every time she's been to the line, Lily has, she's went 1 for 2. So she has an opportunity here to go 2 for 2 and change that. And she don't. She's pretty consistent. 50% from the free throw line for the game today. 49 seconds to go. Fort Bend's probably going to try to dribble the clock out.
I would be surprised if there was another shot taken unless it's just a wide open layup.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Coach Leach, you just want to try to get out of this game uninjured and move on to play tomorrow. And as you had mentioned, they play the winner of the next game, and that game will be tomorrow at 1:45 here at Drury for the gold ball of that bracket.
So Fort Bend Eagles will be playing for the 5A Gold Ball Championship as they defeat the Dallas Thunder 50-31. We want to thank you for joining us on this broadcast. Coming up next, West Michigan Hornets and Aspire Trailblazers. On behalf of Jeremy Caldwell, this is Paul Gilmore, and thank you for joining us. Next game here at Drury coming up next.